Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to our next reaction video. We're about to jump into episode 3 of the Wheel of Time. So this is the final episode that Amazon has released here on the first day. I've been thoroughly enjoying the first 2 so far. I gave a pretty detailed discussion at the end of my episode 1 video that you can check out if you'd like to. I talked a little bit at the end of the episode 2 video, but I'm going to save a lot of that for hopefully the conclusion of this one because I just want to get right into it. But suffice it to say that so far I'm quite pleased with what I'm seeing, and a lot of the changes that I feel they've made make sense. So I'm enjoying myself. I'm gonna be sad though when I finish this one and then I have to wait another week. I wish they just dropped the whole thing, but anyway, we'll live, we'll survive. Okay, so even though there's cats meowing in the background, we're gonna start episode 3. Here we go. Oh. Went to help an injured one, so she had a chance. Never mind! I was gonna say, I would be shocked if a Trolloc helping an injured Trolloc, and no, he's eating him, Makes way more sense. Oh shit. Nynaeve, badass.
How did you find me?
What did she do to them?
You think you know this world? You know nothing. The Dark One is coming for your friends. And Moraine has fought his forces with everything she has.
If she cares about them so much, then why did she leave them?
She didn't. I did.
Don't move.
We both know that you won't.
Oh, do we?
You actually tried to kill me.
Let go of me.
Man. We both know that we won't. She's like, do we both know that? Do we both know that?
Egwene! I'm sorry, I'll get it. Don't worry, I'll get it.
She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it. She's gonna channel. Or try. Yeah, she did.
Was that me or you? If you wouldn't mind channeling us some food or water.
Oh. So far, this is already my favorite.
Are you ready to help now?
If I help her, she best give me the answers I want.
Are you really in a position to be making demands?
It's not a demand, it's a threat.
He's like,
She's gonna die without treatment.
the strangest woman I've ever met.
I don't see another wisdom around here. Do you? I've heard about the bond between an Aes Sedai and a warder. That you feel what she feels. So get ready, because this is going to hurt.
Oh, God.
Matt Cawthon. The man who once walked while a little chilly.
You funny now?
That was kind of funny.
Let's at least start going downhill instead of up, eh? Hey?
What was that then? Downhill.
Friendly place. Nice way of welcoming people.
So you'll be on best behavior then?
Yeah. Most certainly.
I can still hear the way that he cried for the ones he had lost.
I'm taking it, Tom.
Them in the rivers, he felt them in the rain. In dreams, he heard them whisper the truth that is his pain. He caused the whole world's breaking. That tortured soul I met in a prison of his making. The man who can't forget.
So sick. So awesome! Because the whole world's breaking, guys. And what the...
Can't trust anyone in here.
Come on.
The man picked
Donation
Matt's
for the
pocket.
demon.
And Tom
And a
picked it
small
back.
fee for the life lesson.
Bloody expensive lesson.
The best ones are.
Your welcome warms our spirit as your fires warm the flesh, but we do not know the song. That's the important bit. Go on, say it.
Who are you?
Come on now. Our reputation precedes us wherever we go.
Ill-earned, that reputation.
We're the Tuathan, the traveling people.
The people who steal your gold and your children.
Arum.
Surely you've heard of the Tinkers?
Our fires are open to all, for as long as you need them.
And you two. You look like you need them.
Oh my god, I'm starving.
What are you doing, boy?
Could ask the same of you, old man. Don't want to hurt you.
You'll bleed out before you could lay a finger on me.
I've not survived Trollocs to die at the hands of a singer.
I'm not here for you. I'm here to bury him.
What'd you do?
This wasn't justice. I heard them in town bragging about killing a Nynaeve.
He's an IO.
How many things outside accent interesting and tell you where a person's from? But it is rare to see that color of hair outside the heel waist.
Stories say they're as bad as Trollocs.
I don't. They're fighters, yes. But they aren't about ones. You see, it's only when they're veiled you should worry. That's when you're as good as dead. Now he was no threat. He was murdered by cowards who feared something they didn't understand.
I really like you, Rand. I think it would be better if we just got back on the bed.
How do you know her name?
I said get on the bed.
What are you doing?
Waiting.
For what?
Matt, I need him too.
Dana. What are you doing?
I see you. At night in my dreams, all 5 of you. But only one of you matters. Only one of you can be it.
5? You what?
The dragon.
Hint. Nynaeve.
Who are you?
Doesn't matter who I am. What matters is who I'm gonna be. The last time someone brought the dragon to the Dark One, we still remember his name 3,000 years on. Ishamael. And to think of all the people who serve the dark, from fishermen to queens, it will be me who brings you to him this time. Every man who comes to this shite town has a story. Flood, drought, war, sisters murdering their brothers, children killing their parents. But the dragon has a chance to change all that. Break the wheel, make it stop.
We're gonna leave now.
And you can't outrun a fate.
Didn't you hear her? She's a Dark Friend boy. Sworn body and soul to the Dark One. If what you said is true, we need to leave now.
We're not going anywhere with you.
Suit yourself if you think the fate will be better for company.
Leandrin, said I.
I knew it was.
If you're here to help, you're too late. But didn't you hear? We captured a man calling himself the Dragon Reborn.
Is that the end? Ah! That's the end. Oh boy. Alright, well that was the end of episode 3, and first of all, again, I'm so sorry about the ridiculous amount of buffering. I don't know, I feel like next week I might actually have to wait and not film immediately after the show is released, because this is like unacceptable. It was just so much buffering, all 3 episodes. And I'm not having internet issues. There's no connection issues, so I can only assume that it is Amazon having difficulty because there's too many people watching all at once, as that does sometimes happen, especially with new shows, which sucks. But, you know, we have to do what we have to do. So, that was the first 3 episodes. This was probably my favorite one so far, I have to say. I've been enjoying it. You knew that the first few episodes were going to be very much setting everything up. Setting up all of our main characters, giving us a glimpse of who they are, their relationships to each other, where the pieces on the board are going to be, and trying to set things in motion that will then later, you know, have more intensive moments. So it was a lot of buildup, but that was to be expected. And it's funny though anyway, because it's still, given the lengths of the books, it's still a fairly quick amount of time for them to be where they are. And some things, again, we have some things that are not in the first book that are like weaving in and out, storylines shifting, and changes being made. So there was also, I feel like, a lot, maybe the most changes so far in this episode, but I still feel like they're working. The Thom one in particular, if you've read the books, then you know, but if you haven't, I'm not going to say too much, just that that's not where or how they meet Thom. And so I'm assuming whatever their interactions with Thom this season are going to be a bit different than they were in the books. But I quite like this. I love the portrayal of Thom so far, and I think this was a really cool way to introduce him. I like that they set that up with Matt to also, you know, give some more meat to Matt's story, so to speak. I think that was a cool way for them to introduce Dark Friends as well as a concept, and you know, throw us off guard a little. And then the other thing in this episode that I loved was everything with Nynaeve. Everything with her, especially the interactions with her and Lan. But all of it, you know, she's like perfect. She's exactly what I would have hoped for. And I'm thoroughly enjoying her. I'm thoroughly enjoying the portrayal. I do find it funny. I didn't quite expect so much of the second and third episode to be Moiraine basically just out of commission. It's an interesting choice, but I think that in some ways it's smart because Rosamund Pike has such a captivating presence and Moiraine is such a big, you know, figure, that to let us kind of get to know the other characters, she kind of has to be out of commission a bit, I guess, and we need to get to know the other characters, especially since we don't have that internal dialogue that we can have from reading the books. Yeah, and then, I mean, the other reason I'm sure is because they're cutting some things out of the book story where she'd be necessary, so to explain how they got to where they are without those things occurring, they need to make her not be with it. I also think it was smart and interesting the way that they introduced the White Cloaks, and in the second episode, and gave the, you know, the burning of an Aes Sedai. I think that was intense and really did kind of showcase that not everyone is a fan, and it's not just about fear. So like I said, in the first episode, everyone was kind of like a little concerned, and maybe there was some mistrust of her and her abilities, but it wasn't like that. So now we have a clearer picture of what level of hatred there can be, and the amount of danger there can be for being an Aes Sedai. But at the same time, I also like that they gave us some information about how dangerous Aes Sedai can be as well. Like, we really don't understand yet, and I'm sure it'll get into it more, probably in the next episode, since now they're meeting up, the differences in philosophy between groups of Aes Sedai. So I won't say much about that because I don't want to spoil anything. But we did see, you know, Moiraine with the ferryman, which of course led to, understandably, a lot of mistrust of her among our little core group. So, but then again, I think it's important because contextually it shows that she is willing to do what she feels like she has to do in order to protect herself, Lan, and the mission. But it also, I think it was important that she spelled out exactly, you know, she wasn't actually killing someone. There's very specific things that she's able to and allowed to do, having to do with her oath. And I just think it's very funny how they really did a good job at emphasizing the words have to be specific. You know, you have to know exactly what you're saying. Trying to introduce the concept of Aes Sedai truths. But yeah, so far I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I feel bad for Perrin. Again, I understand why they included this, to give more weight to the character, but man, that is rough. That is rough. I feel like they could have just had her get killed by the Trolloc, but they didn't. Oh, bless you. Somebody's sneezing. Oh no, kitty sneezing. Yeah. The wolf stuff is pretty cool. Again, I'm not gonna say much. It's so hard. Like, I can't really say a lot of things because spoilers, potential spoilers. So I guess I'll just say that so far, I don't really have a problem with the changes that they've made. And I'm actually curious to see what it's going to lead to with some of the reshuffling, like things with Thom. I'm enjoying the portrayals of the characters, especially Nynaeve, and Matt is really good also. He's funny and has that Matt attitude. I'm really feeling that it's very much in line with the world. I'm getting that sort of feeling from watching it, which is, you know, what you could hope for. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the rest of the season has in store for us. And so you guys let me know, especially if you're somebody that has not read any of the books. How did you feel watching this? Were you drawn into it? Was there anything that was confusing to you, or do you think they presented it and explained it very well? Did you think it moved at a good pace, or was it like super slow in the introductions of people? Yeah, I'm really curious about people that haven't got any of the background information, what your feeling is so far on the show. And then, of course, if you are book readers, are you enjoying this adaptation so far? Are you satisfied with what we have so far? And what do you hope is next to come in episode 4? All right, I'm going to wrap this up here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad, yes, we got through all 3. Hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.